Hi, everyone. Today is Saturday, May 17th, and my daughter graduated from college today. So excited about that. And I'm going to share with you three of the words of wisdom that were shared at her college graduation. But first, I want to brag on my daughter. She graduated today with honors. She's been on the dean's list for every single semester of college except for one. She started during the pandemic, and her first semester of college was crazy, like scary, crazy, insane. She didn't make the dean's list that semester, but for every single semester after that, she's been on the dean's list. She graduated with 2 degrees, one in psychology and one in criminal justice. And she is also a student athlete. She played volleyball, varsity volleyball, for every year that she was in college, and she did a fantastic job, and we are so very proud of her. So the day started off with like a lot of rain. They had an outdoor graduation ceremony, and they had a backup plan of having the ceremony in one of the buildings, but even though it was pouring down rain this morning, they were determined to have this graduation ceremony outside. So everybody arrived in the rain. It didn't even look like it was going to stop raining. I don't know what the forecast said, but long story short, after about 15 or 20 minutes into the graduation ceremony, the sun came out and it turned out to be a beautiful day. So I'm glad they didn't go inside because we would have all been inside whining because the day turned out to be such a beautiful, beautiful day. So here we are, taking a break after the ceremony, and we're all sort of in our hotel rooms right now, resting, and then we're going to go out and celebrate this evening. So we're super excited. But the speakers at the ceremony were fantastic. And of course, they had a traditional commencement speaker who was great. But I want to focus on what the students shared. I can't remember their names. I will put them in the comments because I do have a commencement graduation program, and I will write down the names of the student speakers. I'm assuming they're in the program. I will look and see. If they're there, I will share them in the comments. But, we usually focus on the remarks of the formal commencement speaker and all the adults and the professors and everything, and they're all super great, but I got a lot out of what the students shared. So a couple of the speakers were like the class president shared, um, the someone from the class of 2000 shared. I don't know why, but he shared, and then another student shared who was also very impressive. And I remember three of the things that they shared with everyone, and I thought I would share them with you because young people, I think, just always have so much to offer, and we can learn so much from everyone. But I learned a lot from the young speakers today, and I wanted to share three of the words of wisdom that they had to share. So one of them was this, and I'm just going to read from my phone because I wrote down their quotes. The first one is authenticity will not make everybody like you, but it will make you like you. I thought that was such a great statement. And this is apparently something that this person learned in college, that when you go to college, I know when I arrived at college, or I guess anytime we arrive someplace new, we kind of walk into maybe a new environment, maybe a new job, a new college, even just a new party that we're going to. And we kind of are unsure, like, how are we going to fit in? How are people going to see us? And sometimes we might be tempted to like pretend like we're someone else. I know someone once told me that whenever you go out on a date or you meet someone for the first time and you're like dating them for a little while, for the first 6 months, you're just really dating their representative. Like, you're not really dating them, you're dating their representative. So people are, generally speaking, thought to not be authentic until a while into the relationship. So we send our representative, so to speak, into any new environment, and we're not our authentic selves at first. We become our authentic selves as we move through a relationship. But I love this student's point that when we're authentic, it may not make other people like us, but it will make us like us. And that, after all, is the most important thing. So when you like yourself, when you appreciate yourself, when you give kudos to yourself, when you honor yourself, that's really the most important thing in life. And when you hold yourself up to the highest standard you possibly can for yourself and not for others, that's what matters the most. And that's really what attracts the right people to us. Doesn't attract everyone to us, but it attracts the right people to us so that when we're moving through our lives, being our genuine selves, we don't have to put on airs. We don't have to remember to pack the person that we're supposed to be. We don't ever have to worry about that. We just pack the person that we are. And as we pack the person that we are, we never have to remember any sort of lies that we're telling about ourselves. We just be who we are, and that's all we need to be. So that quote again is authenticity will not make everyone like us, but it will make us like us. And that's really what matters the most. Thought that was great. Okay, so here's another one. Another person said, our values do not give us the answers we seek, they equip us to find them. I thought that was great too. So the idea is that we have a set of core values that we live by. And even if you haven't articulated your core values to yourself, you definitely live by them. You may value relationships, you may value fitness, you may value eating the right foods, you may value money, you may value living in a certain city. Whatever your values are, you're living by them. And the statement that our values do not always give us the right answers, like whenever you're in a tough situation in life, you have to make a big decision, you might look to your values to guide you. But just listing your values to yourself, I love relationships, I love fitness, I love healthy eating, I love living in San Francisco. These things are important to me. They don't give you the answer that you need to tough questions. But what they do is they equip us to find those answers. So when we think about a tough decision that we have to make in a relationship or a business or a job, we can look to our values, but we have to dig deeper than that. We have to look to our values and then allow them to guide us. Like we have to think deeper than just the surface of a value, because that doesn't always give us the answer. Like just remembering our values is just the first question. List your values, think about your values. But then we have to go deeper than that. We have to excavate what our values really, really mean to us. Because, so for example, let's just say you're in a partnership with someone and you are living in San Francisco. What if your partner gets a really, really great job in Texas? Right? They get a really great job in Texas. Well, one of your values is you really love living in San Francisco, but another one of your values is relationships, right? Your relationship with your partner. What are you going to do about that? You've got two values that are potentially competing with each other, and you've got to decide what you're going to do. So your values alone don't give you an answer to the question, what to do. Do you move to Texas? Or do you stay in San Francisco and let your partner move to Texas for the job? Do you have a long distance relationship from here on out? Do you have a long distance relationship temporarily until you can get a job in Texas? Do you ask your partner to not move to Texas, to stay in San Francisco with you so you can continue the relationship, not have a long distance relationship? What do? You have competing values there, and you have to dig a little bit deeper into which one of those values is most significant, not necessarily the most important, but which one is the most significant now at this stage in your life, and then working with your partner to compromise to find the balance or the integration, the right integration of those two values to you to find the right answer for what to do. So your values do not always give you the right answer. They do not always give you the answer that you seek, but they will equip you to find them. So knowing what your values are is the first step. And then thinking beyond them, thinking within them, within the framework of them, is what you have to do next. And that is really the work of life. It's the work of life. I love that. Okay, so here's the third one that I want to share with you. If we don't remember how we got where we are, we won't know how to get where we're going. I love that one. And the student who spoke about this talked about how most of the time at graduation ceremonies, we talk about the future. We talk about where we're going. We want to climb all these mountains. We have all these goals that we want to reach in the future. But he suggested that at this particular graduation ceremony, we think about the past. We think about the experiences that we've had and the people that have helped us get to where we are today. And when we think about the past and where we came from, this is the backdrop that we use, the relationships that we've had in the past, the people upon whose shoulders we stand today from our past, our mothers, our fathers, our grandfathers, our ancestors, the people who have paved the way for us to get where we are today. Those are the people that have given us everything we need to be able to be in this present moment. And so instead of only looking at the future and all the places we're going to go, which is, of course, a very exciting and necessary part of life, we can pause today to look at the past. Because if we don't remember how we got where we are not really fully equipped to look at where we're going. And we have to assess the past and organize the past into a framework in our minds in order to have like the platform that we need to step onto the stage of the past and use it to guide us toward a future that we're equipped for. Because it's only because of the past that we are prepared to go into the future. It's only because of our past experiences and the people who have poured into us, the people who have given to us, the people who have invested their hearts, their souls, their money, their time, and their energy. Those investments that have been made in us have equipped us to move into the future. So it's appropriate to pause on a day like commencement, on a day like graduation, to pause and be thankful and grateful for those past experiences and the people who have poured into us. Because, as the speaker said, if we don't remember where we came from, then we are not really fully ready to move into the future that we're going into. So, young people, y'all are doing it, and we are learning from you. Even though we have mileage on us that you don't have, we learn from you and we appreciate you. I certainly do. I can speak for myself. I'm learning so much from everyone in my life. Doesn't really matter what their age is. I hope that I am reaching out into the world and pouring from my knowledge and experience. And as I do that, I am also gaining from all the people all around me, no matter their age, no matter their experience. I love learning from people. And I hope that I'm also returning the favor and helping to seed the world through this YouTube channel and elsewhere to help other people learn from my experiences. I feel like it's a good community. I feel like it's a good exchange, and I hope it's helpful to you. So I would love to know what you think about these three ideas that these young people shared at the commencement ceremony today. And congratulations to you if you are graduating from anywhere at any time. What an achievement. And I celebrate you. And I look forward to you sharing your graduation achievement, if you're experiencing one or someone you love is, in the comments, and what you think about these words of wisdom that were shared by young people at the commencement ceremony at my daughter's graduation today. I hope you're having a good one, and I will talk to you tomorrow.